All right. So next we have a segment that's returning. We actually did a version of this last week. If you recall or you were watching, it's NFL interesting facts. So we're going to give you 6 interesting facts about 6 different teams. We have a list of all 32 teams and a fact about them. And so we have 6 new teams this week, Scott.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to it. I really liked this. Like I said earlier, I like learning about the history of stuff. I wish I would think more proactively to look into that myself. But do you want to go with the first one or you want me to, Deep?
Go ahead.
All right, our first fact of the week is going to be related to the Green Bay Packers. And I've got a friend who reminds me of this all the time, but maybe not. Maybe everyone doesn't know this. They are not a private professional sports team. They are actually publicly owned. And I have more than one friend actually who have shares to the team. So they're considered
Really?
technically owners. Yeah.
Wow.
Fun fact. Yeah.
I did not know that. I literally did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yep. I found that out like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And then I found out that multiple friends of mine, I was like, hey, did you know this? Because I had some friends who were Packers fans. And they're like, yeah, I'm an owner.
Interesting.
Yep.
So like,
Kind of
how do
crazy.
you even know? How do you like get in on that? That's so random.
I don't know. I think it's like shares for like stocks. Like you can just buy some shares. But I
Wow.
don't know. Like if I'm sure there's a finite amount of them. I don't really know how all the logistics works behind the scenes there, but I know
Yeah.
people like pass them down. Like it's part of their like living will. If they're like big diehard Packers fans will like pass down their shares of ownership, even though it doesn't really mean anything because it's such a small fraction of the team.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. Yeah.
Very interesting. I had no idea. That's first
Yeah.
time I've ever heard that. I'll have to ask. There's actually a guy that goes to the gym that we go to, and he's a big Packers fan. I'll have to ask him if he is familiar with that.
Yeah. Maybe he'll go
So
buy some if he hasn't already.
maybe he owns some. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, mine is the Seattle Seahawks. They are the only team to play in the NFC and the AFC championship. And I did look this up, so I actually didn't realize this because this was more recent than what I thought. So in 2002, as part of the NFL realignment, they moved from the AFC to the NFC.
Hmm.
So prior to that, they were in the opposite, and they had gone to the championship at one point. So, yeah, didn't know that about the Seahawks either.
Yeah, I had no idea. That's news to me.
Very random.
Cool. Our next team here, and this is more of kind of how they were founded and named here. The New Orleans Saints were actually founded on All Saints Day, which is a Christian holiday and is celebrated on November 1st. Not a day that I have heard a lot about. I don't know, Deep, is that something you're really familiar with?
No.
Well, it's coming up in 10 days, so we can celebrate. We can shout out the Saints this year on All Saints Day.
Yeah, that is very random. I wonder if it was on purpose or not. Like, is it a coincidence? If that makes sense.
Good question. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Interesting. The
I
New Orleans
imagine just some
Saints.
guys in a room with way too much money, and they're like, "What should we call this team?" And someone just being like, "Well, it's All Saints Day. We could just be Saints."
Yeah. Huh? I don't know. Yeah, that it makes sense though. They are the Saints. Mine is for the Vikings. They have 4 Super Bowl appearances and 0 wins. So their 4 appearances were 1970, 1974, 1975, and 1977, to which they have lost every single game, Scott.
That's brutal.
Brutal.
Well, they've been good recently. Maybe they'll find their way back there at some point. This next fact is really hard to believe, but I have some friends who are big Bears fans, and they probably would be able to verify this confidently. But the Chicago Bears have never had a quarterback throw more than 4,000 yards in a single season. It's kind of just a crazy stat. Usually, even bad teams like Jameis Winston has thrown over 5,000 yards one time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy to think about that they've never had a quarterback even do 4,000.
Well, I mean,
Maybe Caleb will be that guy for them.
I bet you he will. I know I give him a lot of crap, but I do bet you he will, just because if you think about it, I mean, they have also historically been a very run the ball first
Mm-hmm.
offensive type of team. So it would make sense that historically they have never had I mean, more recently, maybe it doesn't make as much sense, but historically, I know they were much, they were like a ground and pound type team. So I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
So the last one that I have is interesting, and I was still trying to kind of generally understand this, but the Atlanta Falcons are the oldest U.S. pro team with 0 championships. And so I think what they're saying here, and I believe, are they counting like AFC and NFC championships, or is it just Super Bowls? That's the one part I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it would have to be Super Bowls because they went to the Super Bowl in like the last decade, and
That's
so they would have
true.
won the NFC Championship that year. But it wouldn't. Maybe to your point though, they could be talking about when the league before the leagues combined. Maybe they'd never won a championship there either because they didn't specify Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot they got 28-3 by Tom Brady.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, interesting fact about the Falcons, they've also been hurting for a while.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Well, that's our next 6 teams, and if you guys tune in next time, we'll have another 6 until we make it all the way through them all. But hopefully, that's as entertaining for others. I think it's just really cool to learn just one little tidbit about each team.